Hi, I'm Steve Klein. It is the year 2009, and this year marks the 25th anniversary of the Fresno Dance Classic. Steve Zener asked if we could send some photos in, but I thought I'd do one more than that. I thought I'd put together a clip of video montages of the good old days of Fresno. That's right, the swing, the country, all of the themes, even the hospitality parties, reveille, and even those wonderful plays that we always woke up to every morning, complete with those Jell-O shooters. You remember the ones. So for this clip of memories, I'm going to take you back 15 years to my very first Fresno, Fresno 10. Fresno 10. Every Fresno event was done in a theme, and this year was no exception. This year was done to Fresno 10, the movie, depicted by the Hollywood classic movies and all the movie theme. Fresno was a country event, but it was also a heavy swing event, where the atrium was filled with swing day and night. It's a pretty large hotel, and mostly booked with all of us dancers. We're here live at the Holiday Inn Central Plaza, Fresno, California. We're at the lovely Holiday Inn Central Plaza Hotel, located on Ventura Boulevard. It was our first year competing in UCWDC sanctioned event in the beginner division of Division 4. We only took 13th out of 40 couples, but we were very happy for our first competition. The people that took the first, well, you may recognize them. There's Kyle Redd and Sarah Van, who would later go by Sarah Von Drake.
Winners of West Coast Swing, I think you loved them, Kyle Redd and Sarah Van, Fresno and Clovis.
After a long day of competing, it was time to party.
What the heck is that called?
It's a yard of beer!
Beer. We're drinking a yard of beer here in Fresno.
Oh, don't even. Where are you from?
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
We don't see things like
This is
this.
how we do it in California. Yeah, she is.
Okay.
No, not the whole thing. You can't drink. We share. We share. We share.
These girls are crazy. Okay.
Hi, Portland, Oregon. Woo! Oregon. Yeah. California. You're Washington, right? Hollywood.
Got some people relaxing here. How do you feel, sir, about relaxing?
I have a headache. My head hurts so bad. Don't drink.
I'm Steve Klein.
Hi, Steve. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you, Steve. Good. We're really glad to have you down here from Portland. We really want to encourage everybody to come to Fresno.
During the evening hours, they'd always put a show on. Here's the championships Jack and Jill. Robert Royston and Michelle Kinkaid are right there in the corner. At night, the atrium was filled with West Coast swing. That's where I spent most of my evenings. Late at night, the swing champions, and those who just wanted to show off a bit, would come and strut their stuff in what we called the West Coast swing jams. This was done to some insanely fast tempo, starting at about 140 beats per minute and progressively increasing to 150, 160, to some insane amount. All the legendary greats of swing were there. There's Annie Hirsch. Of course, this was a good time for the guys to show off their following abilities. Here's Chris Jones. And there's Barry Duran cutting in. This was still a themed event, and everyone had their costumes on from the movies. Here's Dick Tracy doing the swing. And there's Robert Royston and Laureen Baldovi as Penguin and Catwoman. And here's a rare shot. Sarah Vann dancing with the Swing Dance Hall of Famer Phil Trau. It didn't take long for Kyle Red to get into the action. One of the things I loved about Fresno is the themes. And this year's being the movies, everyone had costumes that were really elaborate.
Come on in, take your camera.
I wonder if they'll let me drive it.
Okay, Wally, Quinn, and Carla are driving Miss Daisy.
Wait a minute. Now it's driving Miss Daisy.
Beauty and the... I don't know what that is.
Beauty and the Broad.
The hospitality parties were something that the dance teams put on. They would deck out their whole entire hotel room in some sort of theme. It wouldn't even resemble a hotel room. And they have complete complimentary drinks on hand.
Spice rum.
That was on drink.
That's bad.
Oh my gosh, what is this? It's Star Wars! Another strange yet unique thing that Steve Zener did is held morning reveille. What other event would you wake up at the early morning hours to some person blowing a bugle? But keeping with the Memorial Day theme, that's just what they did. There's Richard Kear on the bugle. Both Saturday and Sunday mornings, they had themes that revolved around, you guessed it, more movies. They had the Wizard of Oz, or should I say Wizard of Z.
I'm going to the Land of Z for Dance Festival. Do you want to come too? Oh, I really want to, but I don't have a brain. Well, that's okay. You can be a dance contest judge.
The Wizard of Z was none other than Steve Zener, of course. For years, Zener was trying to outdo himself from the previous year by seeing how many people you could fit, safely, haha, in a hot tub. And here's how us swing dancers spend our time in the after hours, long after the final song played in the atrium. Learning how to do new lifts, of course. One of the things I love that Steve Zener does is really acknowledge those who have served in the armed forces at this dance event.
I always want to remind each and every one of you, enjoy all
all the weekend of the dance activities here, and we all specialize in something in our lives, but there are those that sit among us here that we might not know that at some point in time they have proudly served in the armed forces. This is your day to be recognized, and I'd like all of you veterans to come out here and join me on this dance floor right now as we begin our ceremonies. Please.
So I hope you enjoyed these memories that I shared with you. So come make more of your own memories at Fresno 2009. See you there.